Hello there, I'm Jacob and welcome to another iPhone quick tip video. Today I'm going to show you how to remove unwanted objects from your photos using the great Pixelmator Photo app. Now when you open Pixelmator Photo, it'll take you straight to your photo library, just like the Photos app would. When I tap onto one of these pictures, for example a picture of me and my cat Mr. Tibbs doing some gardening, it opens up in the photo editing mode. Now I like this photo a lot, but I don't like the big red watering can that catches your attention the minute you look at that picture. So I want to actually get rid of that. This isn't something you can do on an iPhone without using a special app, but this app will make it really easy for you. So on the top toolbar you're going to press onto that little plaster, or band-aid I suppose you might call it, and when you go onto there you'll have the healing brush tool. With this selected, you're going to use your finger and you're going to paint yellow over the area you want to get rid of. When you've done that, as soon as you let go, Pixelmator will then start calculating what should be in that space if the object is removed. As you can see, the watering can is gone, but there's a slightly strange looking shadow where the watering can was, and there's a little tiny part of Mr. Tibbs' tail there as well. So it's not perfect, but it's a really good starting point. Fear not though, because we can use that same tool again and fine-tune what we've just made. If I now select the shadow, including Mr. Tibbs' tail, when I let go it will then fill that again with what it thinks should be there. And this time it looks much better. Zooming out now and the picture looks a lot better, but there are still a couple of bits on the edge of the picture which could be tidied up a little bit. If I zoom in and use that same healing brush tool again, I can get rid of the corner of the paving and that plant on the side. Now, my photo looks so much better than it did before, and it's only taken me about 30 seconds. I'll come out of the healing brush mode by pressing the tick in the top right corner, and if I use this button, I can compare the before and after of my photo. As I drag that vertical line along, you can see what used to be there and what's there now in my picture, and you'll see just what a good job Pixelmator has done. If you don't like the changes you made, you can revert it back to the original by pressing the undo button on the top menu. I really like this edit though. I'm going to save it, and it will ask you if you want to modify the original photo in your photo library. This will then save your changes and you can access it from any app you want. Now I'm back in the photo browser, I'm going to choose a different picture to edit. And this time it's a photo of Matty Healy from the 1975 that I took a few years ago. I really like this photo, but underneath his arm you can just make out some of the background musicians, and for this portrait to really pop, I want to get rid of them if I can. Again, I'll use that healing brush tool, and when I zoom in I can start painting over the area I want to remove. It may not come out perfect the first time, in fact you might get 3 arms by accident, but you can repeat that process with the brush tool. My tip would be to make the brush smaller as you go and only change the bits that need changing, because then it will be a more accurate result. I'll repeat this process a few more times across the rest of the picture, and now I've got a much cleaner looking version of my portrait. I'm really happy with that. So I'll press the button in the corner and we'll press modify to save those changes. Of course, it doesn't have to just be small objects you remove from the picture. Here's one last photograph of London, and there is a massive big crane dominating the entire picture. Now, we're not going to make this look 100% perfect, but we will get rid of that crane quite easily. Again, I'll use that same tool, and as I paint over it, you'll see that Pixelmator is replacing the clouds behind the crane to the point where you'd never even know it was there. Again, I'll save that picture, and now all those edits are available anywhere on my iPhone. If I jump into the Photos app, for instance, you'll see those pictures are there with those objects removed. Pixelmator Photo is not a free app, unfortunately. It costs a few pounds, but it is well worth getting if you want to do some really interesting edits to your photos. I hope you found this quick tip helpful. If you did, there are hundreds more for iPhone and iPad on my YouTube channel down below, so please do subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.